back to another video, everybody. Hopefully everybody's having an awesome day today. If you guys saw last video, we just got done installing the manifold riser on my Genesis Coupe. I've been driving around with it installed for almost a week now, so I figured today would be the perfect day to go ahead and review this thing. Let's go ahead and jump right into this one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start this video off by saying, if you guys have been looking for a performance mod for your Genesis Coupe 3.8 that actually makes a difference, this is by far the best mod to get. Like, the butt dyno is telling me that I can definitely feel a pretty nice difference in the mid-range for sure. I can't even launch my car with these stock tires anymore without it just completely spinning basically now, so I definitely need to get some new wheels and tires here before too long to actually be able to put the power down. But this mod is definitely worth it in my opinion. You can 100% notice a difference in the power and the torque. I got my manifold riser from 3.8 Performance. I'm gonna leave it linked down below if you guys want to pick one up for yourself. And once again, I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me say this, but I got to say it because seriously, thank you so much 3.8 Performance for sending me a manifold riser. It really is the best mod I've installed so far, I'd have to say. For the BK1 3.8s, it costs about $230 after shipping and after the gaskets and everything. And for the BK2 Genesis Coupe 3.8s, like what I've got here, it's $245 for the manifold riser itself, and then plus another $15 for the gasket, which you definitely need. Like, you can't have only one gasket. You need two gaskets, one on the top and one on the bottom. And then also, if you decide to get longer coolant hoses, which I should have because I didn't really look into it that much, I should have looked into it some more, but you need longer coolant hoses. Mine are stretched out right now, and you can definitely tell that they're stretched out, and I just need to go ahead and get myself some new ones. So yeah, go ahead and factor in probably another $15 for longer coolant hoses, but $270-ish, under $300. Basically the same as my engine intake cost, except with this mod, you actually get plus 15 wheel horsepower and plus 19 wheel torque. And that is way more of a performance boost than any intake will get you. And that leads me into my next point. If you guys are looking for a performance mod for your Genesis Coupe for about $300, this is by far the best thing you can get. I would get this over an intake any day. I mean, maybe the 3.8 Performance True Cold Air intake will actually provide you some benefit, but the engine short ram intake that I have installed, I'm not saying I regret buying it, but I would have much rather have gotten myself a manifold riser over this intake, because like I said, you can actually notice a difference with the manifold riser installed, whereas the intake, I could notice no difference. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, if you guys are looking for a performance mod and you're thinking about getting an intake, go ahead and spend the extra, 30, 40, 50 bucks and get yourself a manifold riser. You will not regret it, trust me. So before we hop into testing this thing out to see if it actually brought us a performance gain, I just want to talk a little bit about the install. And as you guys saw, it was actually a pretty simple install. It was definitely harder than installing an intake, but I mean, it was not that much harder at the same time. The only reason I say it's harder is because it just had a lot more steps basically. Like, you just got to do a lot more unplugging, plugging stuff in, unbolting things, taking stuff apart. But really, besides that, it's super simple to do, and I really think about anybody could do it. If you can install an intake on your own or with the help of some friends, you can definitely install a manifold riser on your own or with the help of some friends. So now that you guys know how I feel about this manifold riser, let's go ahead and jump into testing this thing out and see if it actually offers a performance gain. My plan for testing this, I was just going to grab some basically mid-range poles from before I had it installed and then compare it to some mid-range poles after I have it installed, but I thought of a better way. Since I have the draggy, I figured I could compare 30 to 60 times since it helps with mid-range power. So my average 30 to 60 time without the manifold riser installed was about 3.39 seconds. If that time is topped now, then that means the manifold riser definitely makes a difference. So let's go ahead and test this thing out. So basically, my plan for testing this out is I'm going to do like 3 to 5 runs, take the average 30 to 60 time, and if it tops the old one, then it's definitely a performance increase. But like I said, the butt dyno is telling me that there's a definite performance increase, but I want to test it out and see if there actually is. Now, in the install video, I saw quite a few of you guys saying that I should turn off the throttle controller to test this out, but since I'll be comparing 30 to 60 times and the car is already moving, the throttle controller really does not make a difference. It really only makes a difference in launching your car. So yeah, let's go ahead and test this puppy out. Let's go ahead and turn traction control off and stability control. Just gotta hold it down for a few seconds. Traction and stability control disabled. Put it in sport mode. That was really quite unfortunate. It appears the app crashed and didn't even get that time. So as you guys saw, we spun a whole lot there, but for some reason the app crashed and did not actually get the 0 to 60 time. It's saying low stats, which I'm assuming means it can't connect to the satellites for some reason. So that's pretty annoying. All right, so I got the app working again. I just had to delete it and reinstall it, and it seems to be working fine now. So now let's go ahead and test these 30 to 60 times. right, our first run is complete. That one was a pretty bad 0 to 60 time, I'm not gonna lie. 5.9 seconds. I just got to work on the launch a little bit. Let's go ahead and test this a few more times, then I'll get the average time. There was a decent amount of wheel spin though. That one was a little bit better, but still nothing special. 5.85 seconds 0 to 60. That one was actually an even worse time, 5.96 seconds. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but I'm basically not getting any traction. Like, I 100% need bigger and better tires now. I'm gonna try something a little bit different this time. I'm gonna try launching it in second gear. See if we can get less wheel spin. All right, second. Wheel spin. I need fatter tires. That's all there is to it. That 0 to 60 time was my worst yet, actually. 5.97 seconds. All right, let's try one more run here. This one will be another sport mode launch. Was actually our worst one yet, 5.98 seconds 0 to 60. So before we calculate the average 30 to 60 time, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys some 60 poles just so you guys can see how it does when it's already moving. All right, we're going about 50 miles an hour, a little over 2,000 RPM. Let's floor it. Oh yeah. Everybody, I just got done doing some quick maths. I added up all the average 30 to 60 times from just now, and it turned out that it was actually a little bit slower. It was 3.48 seconds was the average 30 to 60 time, and I think I'm gonna have to credit that to just needing more traction now. As you guys heard and probably saw, I spun so bad every single time. Like, I could not put the power down anymore, and I know for a fact that if I had bigger and better tires on here, for sure the 30 to 60 times would have been much better. But unfortunately, I still have the stock tires, and as you guys can see, with all these mods installed, you can't really get that good of traction anymore. So yeah, definitely want to get some new wheels and tires soon, but it's really expensive. So for those of you who are now thinking, oh, maybe this mod is not worth the $300-ish it costs, well, I do have to say one more thing, and that is on 3.8performance.com, they have dyno tested a stock car with just one of these installed, and apparently it added plus 15 wheel horsepower and plus 19 wheel torque. Obviously, I've not dyno tested my car, and honestly, that's something I would like to do very soon. Gotta find somewhere who can actually do it. But yeah, apparently it definitely adds the 15 wheel horsepower and the 19 wheel torque, and I do personally believe that it adds that much power and torque, just simply because beforehand I could easily put the power down. I could floor it from a standstill without spinning at all, basically, and now I can floor it from a standstill and basically eat the tires off. Not really, but you get the point. It just spins a lot now. But that is really going to wrap it up for this video, everybody. I just wanted to review the manifold riser and tell you guys if I thought it was worth it or not, and as you guys have already heard a million times, I definitely think it's worth it. Hopefully you guys can make a decision if you want to get one of these or not based off of this video. But yeah, like I said, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you guys liked the video, do not forget to drop a like and subscribe. Peace out. I will see you guys in the next one.